Hi guys, welcome to the construction base. Please subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. So this week has been quite interesting. I would say it's been full of activities, busy programs, traveling. And now I want to talk about the trip I had on Tuesday. So there's a contractor who I went to represent. There are some sites in Southern Province that we visited or that were being handed over to us. Yes, they were being handed over to us. So we went to Southern Province, went to Pemba, Monze and Mazabuka. So in Pemba, there is a deep, and I won't mention exactly the place for confidentiality purposes, but the place where the site was, it was 40 kilometers inside Pemba. And for you to get there, it took about 2 hours, just 40 kilometers. And we took about 2 hours plus just to get there. Then there's another site that was being handed over to us in Monze. That was, I think, 38 kilometers plus. But it took us more than 2 hours to get to the site. Then I would say the site in Mazabuka, I think deep of Mazabuka, wasn't very far, and the roads were quite okay. Yes, so mostly you find that accessing these sites, why we took that long, or the 2 hours plus trips, was, I would say it's because of how bad the road was. So you had to climb hills, pass through a few small I don't know if you can call them streams or whatnot, but yeah. So mostly at a site handover, what happens is you as the contractor, you are given the site to say you can now start work. This is what the scope says. This is what you need to do. Please apply this, do that, follow everything that is in the contract. Now, one thing I learned, of course, I've known about this, but one thing that really came to life and that hit me is that it's very important, especially for contractors, to always participate in the site visit. Or it's always important to go for the site visit. Why do I say so? The sites we went to see were very far away from the CBD. It was deep in the so-called bushes of villages. But the thing is that you need to know where the site is, what is on the site, and how you are going to access certain things on the site as you commence with your project. So what happens is, if you're very far away, of course, some of your concerns might be, well, how do I bring materials to the site? What services are close by? Water, electricity, all those things. Those are things you take into consideration when you are pricing your bill of quantities. Now, if you've not visited the site, it's difficult to price fairly or to be on the safe side as you price your bill of quantities. Why? Because there are certain things that you won't take into consideration. So during tendering, when they say come for a site visit is mandatory. Well, sometimes if they say no, go for the site visit, see the site, then price your bill of quantities. Always go for the site visit. Make sure you go to site, see exactly where this site is, what is on the ground. Unlike pricing your bill of quantities in the office, you're sitting, you've not visited the site. Don't do that. You're going to make a lot of losses, and it will be detrimental to your the project and to you as the contractor. Because at times, it's very important to just say, okay, I mean, these items I've seen these items before in the below queue, okay, excavation, what and what. But there are certain things that you can only understand the whole scope of the works when you visit the site to see exactly, okay, how is the terrain of this site? Is it possible for us to drill a 50 meter borehole here. How easy is it to access water? How easy is it to buy materials from time to time? Or do we have to buy all the materials and bring them to site? Then we'll set up camp here and we'll be drawing materials from that storage. Those are things you need to take into consideration when pricing your bill of quantities. And that's only possible or only understandable and reasonable if you visit the site. Because I recall the engineer I was with was even asking questions to say, how were they pricing? Because these areas we're visiting, imagine a short distance like 40 kilometers, it's taking you 2 hours to get there. Meaning there you have an issue of transport and access, bringing materials to site. So that's something you need to take into consideration. Always, if you can't manage, of course, ask a representative. Ask somebody to represent you at the site visit. Somebody who understands construction, who will be able to explain to you, okay, this is what I found on site. These are the things that we need to take into consideration before you price. These sites are very far, they are deep. You can't buy materials anywhere nearby within 5-10 kilometers. Yes, those are things that somebody has to come and explain to you. So make sure you attend or you go for the site visit. Of course, what some do is you find that some who use especially, illegal means and whatnot might say, no, I'll just sign on the site visit certificate. But that's not okay. Why? Firstly, it's not the right thing to do. And secondly, you will not know exactly what's on the ground. And you won't be able to price your bill of quantities very well. So please, contractors, always visit the site. Understand everything about the site. Ask questions. Ask the project manager questions to say, okay, how do we do this? If we were to improvise using this method, are you going to approve? Those are things to think about. All right, guys, see ya.